Hey everyone, Mark and Joey here on a Monday morning, a beautiful golf day, and we're here to talk about golf. The big event over the weekend. It's actually a pretty slow weekend for sports overall, but British Open was the focus of attention. Unfortunately, another event where there was no suspense. It was a big lead going in. It maintained a big lead, but congratulations to Shane Lowry for being the champion. We didn't have him in our picks, although we had a number of guys close. But I will recognize one of the prognosticators online. I forget who he's with. Golf Digest or something.
Yeah.
He picked him, so congratulations to that guy. And there was probably some good reason to it. You were telling me a story this morning about Shane Lowry that we kind of missed in looking at our choices, but he was a logical choice.
Yeah, in 2009, he won the Irish Open at that golf course as an amateur, and a very cool story actually, because he couldn't make any money. His mom put $50 on him to win at 250 to 1, so she got that bet, and it was in a time, I guess, she paid extra for electricity, so they were living in the dark all the time. He goes, they finally turned the lights after all that time, because she won the bet and he won the tournament, but unfortunately, you don't get prize money.
Yeah.
Even when you turn pro, the next week, and went on, obviously, to have the career he's had now. But unfortunately, you don't even get that money once you turn pro.
Yeah,
So, she made the bet, and it came through that week, and he comes through this week. I love how he talked about his parents and the big embrace they had on the 18th green, because I want to have that myself one day, because every parent gives up so much in order to have their son or daughter be successful in sports. So it was very great to see, and obviously great win by him. Unfortunately, it made it kind of boring. This has been a problem with the PGA Tour this year.
This is 30 events without a playoff.
Yeah, no playoff, but also just really no close finishes.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one that was close was the one with all the rookies in it. You had Matt Wolff and the other kid, and then you had DeChambeau made the eagle. That was an exciting event, but these big events, these main events, have not had anything really worth watching.
Sunday's been horrible.
Yeah, and you've had good winners, just nothing close. And anytime someone's got close, Brooks at the U.S. Open, Gary Woodland immediately pulled away. Ches Reavie 1 week, I remember he gave a big lead, but then immediately pulled away. Even Tiger at the Masters, really, once he birdied 16, was pretty much over. And then Brooks, even though he gave DJ a 1 second of a chance, he then pulled away again. So it just really hasn't been great, exciting golf. As far as viewership, obviously the guys that are winning are quite okay with it.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's a weird anomaly. The year after, they had so many playoffs the year before.
You wonder what the schedule's possibly done to all. First of all, it's weird. The majors are all over.
I'm almost
It's the middle of July.
Right?
I know we're going in. Fedex Cup's going to be earlier. All those
August
kinds of things,
used to be
It's kind of weird to be done with the majors already. But anyway, it was also great for him to win there. They certainly celebrating style. I've seen some video of the pubs around and that. So it was an amazing opportunity. Really big disappointment that Rory just flared out in the first round for all the people there. He was the one that they were really looking for. Graham McDowell put on kind of a okay show early on. He faded away. So thank God he came through for them. Lowry came through, and
the saddest thing was
closest to a local as you could get.
Right, was Darren Clark actually 3-putting 18 on Friday. Missed the cut. I know he was depressed about that. But yeah, real quick on the majors. I originally liked the schedule. I must admit, though, I hate that the last one is over there. I kind of feel like you lose the vibe over here when the last major's over there. I didn't really feel it. It didn't feel like a major, to be honest. I know it is, and I know it's the Clare Jug and actually one of the most treasured majors for most guys. But without the last one kind of being here in America, I'm talking about North America because we live in Canada, but in America, in our time zone, kind of where the buzz is more real for everybody, I think around the world because of the time, and it's on TV during prime time. That I really do kind of miss not having one more major to kind of end the season on. To having the major season end at 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time is kind of weird to me. And but anyways, it was a great major season. You got a couple big winners that you wanted, and Fedex Cup's coming soon.
And one of the things I saw in watching the coverage, actually, it used to be the British Open used to be the final major a number of years ago, like way before
they maybe
before we were really following it. I think even before you were alive. I mean, it was early on, but it used to be the last major, and I think they switched it over because of the fact that the majors are really about U.S. golf. I mean, 3 of them are over here, and it does seem kind of weird. It's probably why it was changed originally. And when they went and made these changes, I'm not sure why they didn't keep the American major as the last one. But you know what? It's the first year of change. It was big changes they made. They're going to get feedback on that. Who knows what's going to happen down the road? Wouldn't be beyond them. I was disappointed in Brooks. I mean, he had like a million opportunities. I've never seen him putt so bad ever.
Yeah, I mean, but really. It really wasn't. It was really Saturday for him. Sunday was a kind of a mess for everybody, and actually he rebounded when he really could have just given up on the round.
Yeah.
But really, it was Saturday for me. Him not taking advantage of the way he hit the ball on Saturday was really the tournament. He could have definitely...
way close.
Yeah, I wouldn't say kept pace, because obviously Lowry at 16 was big, but he could have been with Fleetwood at 12, maybe even 13. Literally, he had so many chances on Saturday.
Put
it was
some
ridiculous.
pressure on Lowry anyway.
Well, it might have put him in the last group, and you put Brooks in that last group with Lowry. It's a little bit of a different feel, I'm sure, for Lowry than Fleetwood, who obviously not only is a good buddy and a fellow Euro, Brooks is obviously the major king right now, and from the States, and is kind of more... I'm not going to talk to you the whole round. I'm going to walk and I'm going to strut, and you got to deal with that. And so I think it would have been better if Brooks could have taken advantage of that Saturday, been in that final group, might have been a different ending. But I think obviously for the home crowd, it worked out. It's just really for us over here, we're kind of disappointed. And ultimately, like we said, another boring Sunday.
Well, the other thing, too, is, as we talk about a lot, and I know people probably get a little tired of it, but it's not great for the golf game.
Yeah.
Lowry is a player from over in Europe. He plays here sometimes, but he's in his 30s. Again, we're looking for these young guys. I've got to tell you, Spieth is disappointing me. We really thought we had a real pick this week, and Thomas, he kind of got there and then backed up. And, you know, we need to get some of these wins happening with these young Americans to really get golf propelled back into the name, or into the view of people about the game of golf. And Tiger kind of made it all happen in the first major of the year, and then it's just gone blah since then.
Yeah, really after that, golf has been pretty much boring. In the major winners, wow, I'm sure they're great people, and you know, I never put them down for winning a major, but Woodland and Lowry really don't mean a lot to golf. Now, I will say I'll give up the British Open, because obviously watching that scene even gave me chills. I'm not from there, but hearing the roars and the crowds and seeing them root for him, I was okay to give that one up. Obviously, Woodland winning the U.S. Open over Brooks being second hurts, because Brooks would have been better for golf, but I know Woodland's a good guy. So it's not personal. It's just we look at this, and really what's funny is they're talking about the amount of 20-somethings that have won this year. If you take out the main guys, it really hasn't been much 20. It's been a lot of older crowd.
All 30s this year.
Now they look at Rory and Brooks, even though they're late 20s, by the way. You know, those guys don't count. Schauffele doesn't count. I'm talking about there's no actually new young blood that won this year. It's been a lot of old guys. Matt Wolff, obviously the only one who really, at 20 years old, and will be interested to see what he does going forward. But really, it's been an older season. I think it's been a little bit because of the scheduling. I think the young guys are not really prepping for the regular events.
I don't know
They're just prepping for the majors. The young guys are actually getting hurt a little bit too, which is interesting. I mean, Justin Thomas specifically, but I think they're all a little bit more banged up than maybe the older guys who don't swing it as fast as the young guys do. It's harder to get that body to keep going for 4 weeks in a row, which they maybe should have done. Instead, they stopped playing it altogether, and then they're rusty. But overall, it was a good leaderboard going into the weekend. We thought we were going to get something special. It did not happen. Ricky Fowler, unfortunately, faded, choked. Jordan Spieth, I mean, can this coach not fix his driver? It's the most baffling thing I've ever seen. And his iron play, like it's amateurish iron play and driving. He should be winning tournaments the way he's putting
he needs to change his coach. I mean, my God, this
how
is
can you not fix
2 years without a victory to the guy who was the best player in golf.
And he's still putting and chipping good.
Yeah, so, at that point. It's unbelievable.
The guy literally hit 34% of his fairways and almost won the tournament until Sunday. And you're telling me his coach can't fix his driver?
If you put Spieth on any golf course on a weekend, you'd be hard pressed to tell Spieth from any other golfer. Like, his driving's that bad.
Oh my God,
it isn't just barely off fairways. It's horrible.
Even his irons,
and it's really unfortunate. Good news though, Thomas, I thought looked good. You know, he's getting
for
close.
A big year next year.
You know, hopefully he'll be injury free. Going to have a big year. Might have a big FedEx Cup season here. I like the way that he is. Every tournament's getting better. I thought he'd be much better in this tournament, but he was there close. I mean, I think top 10 and 7th or something like that, you said?
Yeah.
So you and I had a pretty good weekend, too. We had a lot of guys on the board.
Results,
we didn't get the winner. I wish we did, because Shane Lowry's mother betting $50 at 250 to 1. I bet he was pretty huge odds going into the weekend,
I don't know if you took him this time, but yeah, it would have been a good bet. Although, by the way, Shane Lowry is a great golfer. Obviously, Irish Open.
He's had a really good career.
He also won a WGC event.
Yeah.
Now, he had a couple down years after the WGC event, which obviously happens a lot when you get a big win.
Yeah.
But he has been a good golfer and obviously played well this week.
Yeah, this wasn't a shocker. I mean, matter of fact, what did I say to you? We had done our show, and then I was reading some selections from other guys, and I said, oh my God, one guy's picking Shane Lowry. We kind of said, oh, we haven't even thought of him, and he had one.
Yeah.
He's playing well going in, and we said, okay, whatever. And there he goes and wins. So it wasn't like it was this huge shocker to everybody in the golf world. Kind of a little bit off our radar screen because he doesn't play in the U.S. a lot. But good for him. It wasn't like it was a shocker.
And he plays on PGA Tour. He's one of those guys that, again, hasn't done well in regular events.
The disappointing one for me was
JB Holmes?
Yeah, JB Holmes, sorry. That's too bad. I mean, he had missed 6 of 7 cuts coming in, was playing horrible. Gets to the 36th hole. He's right there. Second place. I don't think he had to leave his second place. Same thing after 54. A little further back and disintegrated yesterday. And so I feel bad because he's a likable kind of guy. The one thing I think he needs to do.
Hated by a lot of players.
Well, that's because he's slow. Yeah. Not because he's a bad guy.
No.
But because he plays so slow. And I think that would help his game. Honest to God, I think he spends too much time thinking about every single shot.
Let's take a minute to dive in. Brooks did express his unhappiness
everybody does.
with how slow JB Holmes. One thing I'll give Brooks credit, he forced the issue. He walked ahead. He pointed at his watch time, left greens while JB was still putting. While I feel like I could not do that, and sometimes it can be harsh, to someone who consistently is slow. Someone like Brooks had to do it. It was necessary, and I'm glad he did. Hopefully it wakes JB up.
Yeah, for sure.
But let's get into the results real quick here. Brooks tied 4th, Dad. Hatton tied 6th, me. Thomas tied 11th, you. Ustays and Spieth both tied 20th, both me. Fleetwood, 2nd place, me. Cantlay tied 41st, me. And then you had Kuchar and DJ tied 41st, tied 51st. So a lot of guys made the cut. A lot of good ones.
Hey, a lot of top 10s you could have bet on. A lot of top 20s
Fleetwood 2nd. Brooks you had. Hatton, by the way, Hatton was a long shot. My grandma picked him 6th, which is amazing. But the biggest bet of all, we had Rory, Tiger, and Phil all missing the cut. Yeah. They all missed the cut.
Big money, 4 and 5 to 1 to miss the cuts.
Definitely Rory, yeah.
We knew that was going to be the situation, and that's where we made our money. So you don't always have to make your money on the positive side in the game of golf. You can bet on the negative side, and you're still making good money there. Yeah. And at this event, they way overplayed Tiger. There was not a chance he was going to go there and play well.
Rory really.
And Rory was you couldn't overplay him, but he just was horrible. And we thought he would be because of the pressure. That's been his major season. He's been horrible at the majors. So anyway, another great event. So I guess it's Fedex Cup now. Like it's coming so quickly.
Well,
as we
and
mentioned.
You know what?
So,
they do end it on a high note. 3 straight weeks, Fedex Cup playoffs. Cut everybody off. So even guys you don't know, you'll be intrigued to see how they're doing. Every putt. I love watching because every putt you're either in or you're out, or this guy's in or that guy's out. So it's gonna be a lot of fun these last 3 weeks, and obviously someone will take home the big prize of $10 million. We'll make picks for that later as we go. I'm not sure who's all going to tee up in the first week of the Fedex Cup because they do have a WGC event this week. Now I don't know how many guys will play it after the British. I know Tiger's skipping it. But assuming that they play this, you might see guys miss the first week of the Fedex Cup, or you might see a lot of guys skip this event, which might be an issue for the PGA going forward.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. A lot of guys might take an off week in the first week of Fedex Cup if they're in the top 30 already.
Well, I'd skip this event.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens with all of that. We'll be back to report on with our regular Wednesday show. Again, not a spectacular weekend of exciting golf, but big for Shane Lowry to win the British Open. That was great for them over there. Oh, by the way, golf course, fantastic. No complaints.
Oh, my God, I couldn't believe it.
I don't know how they play golf on a Sunday, but no complaints. Everybody loved the golf course. Great condition. People talk about going back. So congratulations to them that they were able to put on such a great show and get a winner from over in Europe. That couldn't have been any better for them if they tried. Short of Rory winning, but fantastic for them. So we'll be back Wednesday. Have a great couple of days. We'll be talking golf on Wednesday morning.